Hi, Twin Flames. This is obviously a Twin Flame reading, and we are looking at the challenges. It's a collective reading. I know I'm doing Divine Masculine versus Divine Feminine collective challenges at this stage. All right, and let's see what's going on. I'm first doing Divine Masculine, and then I'll do Divine Feminine. All right. The challenges Divine Masculine is facing right now is with this page of Pentacles here is starting over, starting new, starting over. And I feel for those that I'm channeling here for, um, this is really starting over, having to start over from after getting out of a divorce or separation or leaving a business or a family situation, whatever that would be for the Divine Masculine. But this is really about starting over from scratch. All right. Obviously the page of Pentacles is the page in the deck that moves slowly, but it's got a plan, works the plan, and definitely reaches their destination. All right, but it's the start of a journey towards something. And for many of the Divine Masculines, they have had many financial losses, and this is them starting over. All right. And Divine Masculine's challenge here as well with this page is probably communicating about this having to start over challenge that he's facing. All right, he feels dissatisfied. He feels really dissatisfied about having to start over. You can see this card here. The Seven of Pentacles is about looking at the seeds you've planted, looking at the past, looking at your current situation, and really just feeling dissatisfied with where you are. And this is definitely, I'm going to show you the other cards now. Divine Masculine really feeling dissatisfied with where he is currently in his life. Feeling dissatisfied about the fact that he's got to start over. Feeling dissatisfied about the slow growth in his connection with his Divine Feminine. Feeling just dissatisfied about, even in this new start, the slow growth that he's seeing. And obviously, this is a card of really putting your head down and putting all your focus and intention into something, and it's growing, but maybe not to your satisfaction, or it seems to not be growing according to what you're putting into it. And I feel Divine Masculine's biggest challenge at this stage is really making peace with where he is in his life right now, financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, really just dissatisfied. Okay, and getting out of that feeling of being dissatisfied through looking at what is and the past, opposed to looking at your desires. All right, when you keep looking at your current situation, that are just a manifestation of things from the past, and you really just feel dissatisfied about it, you recreate those same things. And that is the Divine Masculine's challenge, is having to look at everything in his life, in himself, in his connection with his Divine Feminine, and nothing seems to be what he wants, and get himself out of that place of feeling dissatisfied so that he can actually change that. Okay, Divine Masculine here knows that he's not been giving to his Divine Feminine in an equal measure. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, this is about equal give and take. It's about balance. He knows he's just been taking from his Divine Feminine and wasn't giving. But I feel like the same things are happening in Divine Masculine's life all over. Someone is just taking from Divine Masculine without giving. I mean, it could be a karmic relationship or karmic situation, financial situation, business, work, whatever the situation is outside of this connection. It's just taking and taking and taking. He's not receiving anything back. So Divine Masculine is deeply feeling what it feels like to be taken from and not receive in equal measures. And that has led to this dissatisfaction, that has led to him having to start over. Divine Masculine, yeah, has also got the Wheel of Fortune. And this is definitely about wanting to end the cycle and have a new cycle, start a new cycle. This is about destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is about your luck and fortune changing in the right direction. And this is obviously what he wants. This is his desire, to end those cycles, to start new ones, feel lucky and fortunate. But he's here feeling really dissatisfied. And the challenge here is figuring out how to get from this place to that place, because it's a complete different vibration. You cannot get from a vibrational frequency of feeling dissatisfied to a vibrational frequency of luck and fortune just turning in your direction without changing something. All right, and obviously you need to start at your thought process and your emotions and letting go of what is. That what is making you feel so dissatisfied is just like letting go of that. You cannot change that. He can only change the future. All right, and then bringing himself into alignment with his desires opposed to with what he's currently seeing around him. Okay, that is Divine Masculine's challenge here. Now, I want to just quickly show you, but he's going to figure it out. Look at these two cards. Okay, there you've got the Page of Pentacles. Look how she's standing on one leg there. All right, and look at that Wheel of Fortune here. The girl is standing in exactly the right position here. But this is the start of a journey, and that is like really being on top of things. And Divine Masculine is right in the beginning of a brand new start, having to start all over, having to walk this path towards that again. And yeah, there's a big gap between the two for Divine Masculine, and at this stage he's focusing so much on the gap of where he is and where he wants to go that is really putting him in this place of dissatisfaction. And that is his challenge, is really letting go of that dissatisfaction of what it is that he cannot change right now and start walking towards his true desires. Yeah. So and I've got 4 cards here for Divine Masculine, and all of them is Pentacles. So in the physical, mostly is where Divine Masculine are being challenged the most right now, is really getting his physical life to work so that he can have this luck and fortune and be on top of things here and live his destiny. Yeah, it's just from getting from here to here for Divine Masculine. Okay, let's see what's going on with Divine Feminine. Where's she at? Collectively. Okay, Divine Feminine, I can clearly see here, is all about trust. The challenge is trust. There's been a lot of deception, not only in this connection, but a lot of deception around Divine Feminine, in other relationships, maybe even from childhood. And it's trust. Divine Feminine are being challenged to trust. Trust the Divine Masculine, trust the process of this journey, trust herself, trust the planet, trust humanity, trust friends, trust family, just trusting. Trust is a big thing for Divine Feminine. She doesn't trust anybody. All right, her trust has been broken and beaten and butchered terribly. All right, and because of that, she closed off her heart. And a challenge is to start trusting again, even if it's just in herself and her own connection to a divine source, and opening up her heart so that she can give and receive love again. All right, and again, there it is, that being put in third-party situations, always something else going on, and she's not the priority type of thing. The divine feminine really needs to let go of here, so that she can have her happily ever after. All right. So that is the biggest thing, yeah, for divine feminine, is really working on trust, putting her trust into the divine. If she cannot obviously put it in anything else, is putting your trust into the divine, so that she can actually open up her heart again to love. Divine feminine is not feeling love. All right. That is her challenge, is to let go of all the deception, let go of all her trust issues, open up her heart so that she can celebrate life again. She can celebrate her own joy again, so that she can ultimately receive her happily ever after physical manifestation of her union with a divine counterpart. Um, there was something else that just came through and it just slipped right out of my mouth. Let me just see if I can get it again. See, divine feminine has lost so much trust that she closed off her heart completely, um, even to the point of not trusting the divine, not trusting her true essence, not trusting her higher guidance, not trusting her intuition. And it's because our heart is closed off. You cannot hear your intuition. You cannot, if you're closed off your heart. And what I feel as well, I feel divine feminines are really struggling with something here. Okay, there it is again. They are really struggling to feel love at all. Many of them, I feel like they're really in this place of not feeling emotions at all, which is a pointing divine feminine in the direction of maybe wondering whether she's not a narcissist. I don't know if that might not be for everybody, but that's coming through right now. To the point where she might question herself, and maybe even think that she may be a narcissist because she has no emotion. She doesn't feel love for herself. She doesn't feel love for a divine counterpart anymore. She doesn't feel love maybe even towards her children, to her friends, to her family. She's just like, there's no emotion. There's no feeling of love, no joy, no passion for life anymore. And she's just in this place of, what is going on with me? Why do I not feel anything? I feel like divine feminine doesn't feel guilt. And she's concerned. She's concerned about a lack of emotion, to the point of maybe even questioning herself of being a narcissist, because that is a trait of a narcissist, is not feeling anything. And I just want to say that came through very clearly now for the divine feminines that are in that place. I do want to say that is, yeah, it obviously makes sense if you look at it that way, but Spirit is telling me here to tell you that that is not the case here. You just lost so much trust and were so hurt in the form of trust. And there was a purpose to it. There was a purpose to it. It was to really push you to the point of trusting your divine source, trusting your true essence, trusting your higher guidance. But you closed off your heart. You closed off your heart to such an extent for the physical reality around you that has broken down that trust, that you cannot feel your divine love. You cannot feel that unconditional love that you are, and that connects you to everything that is, and from where obviously all your guidance is coming. And that is the only reason. That is the only reason you are not feeling anything, divine feminine. And you're going to have to open up your heart and connect to your divine essence here, so that you can feel the real love, not the conditional ones. Okay, not those fake emotions, those human low vibrational emotions, but the essence of unconditional love. That is what you after. That is what you are looking for ultimately. But you've closed off yourself to that as well. So that is your challenge here: is opening up your heart to the divine, so that you can feel the divine love come in. You don't have to open yourself to receiving any other kinds of conditional love and stuff, but you need to open up your heart towards your divine essence, because that is all you need. You don't need any of the other. All right. But if you do not open up your heart and trust your divine, you're really not going to feel well. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. This is quite some challenges. It's deep. The twins are really, really shifting and going through really deep transformations here. And it's both. Both are challenged towards the same thing, yeah, ultimately. Divine masculine is just having to let go of his resistance between where he is right now and where he's going, and divine feminine just needs to drop her resistance in trusting the divine, opening up her heart. But this is alignment between the twins as well. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. But remember, if you align with your twin, which I can see there's alignment happening, you are going to be aligning on a frequency of needing to release something and trust the divine. All right, so this is not going to be an alignment that is probably going to keep you in union. All right. But this alignment might bring you and your twin together again. And for a little bit, you might, when you come together with your twin, the two of you might both of you might pull each other into alignment with your divine source here. But if how can I explain this that it makes sense? But if both of you, or at least one of you, and the other one gets pulled out of it, are dropping the resistance here, um, there's not going to be a flow. It's gonna lead to a separation again. There's not going to be a flow in your union here. So if both drop the resistance and you align on the basis of connecting with your divine source and trusting your divine source again, then there's going to be a really beautiful union coming out of it. But the underlying resistance here doesn't, it's both in regards to trusting the divine, okay? And that might be bringing the two together again, because you'll be aligning on not trusting the divine, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. This is really, the readings has been getting really deep. Yeah. Remember to check the description box below for information on my private services. I do have specials for new people, and other specials I don't put them below. I prefer to communicate with you and discuss where you are and see what you need, and then obviously make some suggestions. So please message me. I will communicate with you. You can use my WhatsApp or my email, or inbox me on any one of my platforms. My Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok links are below. Um, yes, and sending you so much love and light. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.